Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Ahead, we'll see Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks as they...
Coach, thanks. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap. Well, we thought this could get interesting. Here's interesting. An onside kick to start this thing between the Seattle Seahawks and the Baltimore Ravens.
Illegal touching. Offense.
Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. They go play action with Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Unable to stop KJ right there as he slips by for the sack.
Now, I know we're only 2 plays in, but after giving up back-to-back sacks, something has to change with the protection, and they can't wait to halftime to make an adjustment.
Now, after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's going to go down again.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And look here, it's an opening drive fake. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
Let's go.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
He'll try and run it, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down and a 21-yard gain. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Flushed out right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Cassius Marsh able to get him for a loss of about 3.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
A gain of 10 makes it 3rd and 3.
You're not ready.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Escape Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now it's Lockett. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle Seahawks 7-2 through 9 weeks of the season. Their offense coming back out here. You know, Charles, this Seattle team looks really good. We talked about Russell Wilson, how good he's been. Where's the weak spot for the Seahawks crew?
Believe it or not, consistent pass rush. And the reason I say believe it or not, when you think of the players who are along that defensive front, it's a surprise because they've gotten Jaron Reed back. He missed the first 6 games of the season. Remember, he was double-digit sacks in 2018, a defensive tackle. They've added Jadeveon Clowney, defensive end, consistently presses for 10 sacks or more in a season. Ziggy Ansah, who when healthy, is a double-digit sack guy. I think as the season moves on, it would not surprise me at all that that pass rush gets ramped up a little bit, and then Seattle will be really difficult to deal with.
Week 10, how about this battle playing against the undefeated 49ers? That's going to be a fun one.
That's going to be an absolute blast, and that's a good time for their pass rush to emerge against Jimmy Garoppolo. But first of all, they better stop the run.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Flush to his right. He'll run it. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down and less than a yard. Now the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. I was just confused on that one. I had 3rd down written. It said 3rd down on the scoreboard. Do you think the sideline lost track? Maybe they thought it was 4th?
Something went haywire, and I'll admit it, I've lost track of downs before, but I'm not the one calling plays. I'm not the one keeping track here. They have to know this. And look, I love my football north of the border as much as anyone, but here is for that.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
Oh, yeah, that's a score. That's how you score.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say, they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
54. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. They talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs, but he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. He led all quarterbacks last year, 695 yards rushing. And keep in mind, 80% of those came in the 7-game stretch when he was named starter late in the season. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. To throw again on second down. Jackson buying time to his left. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Jackson. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Cassius Marsh picks up his second sack of the afternoon. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. To throw is Jackson, out to his left. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5, pickup of 3.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go. That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try. And he will score! Touchdown, Baltimore! Lamar Jackson taking it in as they are now on the board here in the first half.
The defense was almost too good on that play. They took away all of his targets. The one thing they forgot, to account for him as a runner. And he was able to tuck it and go for the end zone and get it done.
Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
And some space here. Tyler Lockett. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. He returns the kickoff and even 90 yards. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there.